Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot with a brand new series of ARK Survival Evolved mod spotlights. We are going to take a look at the most popular mods on the Steam Workshop, and I'm going to kind of show them to you guys, link them down below, so if you're interested in trying these out for yourself, you can go ahead and give that a go. There's a lot of interesting stuff. You guys kind of know how I feel about ARK in some ways, however I think modding in general and modders have shown, particularly with games like Skyrim and the big Bethesda games, that they can just completely change the feel of every single game. So I'm hoping that's part of what we get from this. Hello. So this is the Apako Islands mod, currently in alpha, must be said, 0.06 or something in terms of versions. But what it is basically a brand new map. Now your actual map doesn't change, the actual map stays exactly the same. But in terms of the world you populate, as you can see already for those who are sort of familiar with the typical ARK map, it is completely different. The idea is, and I should say this is by a lovely person, I'm sure, called, they may be a horrible person, I don't know, but I'm sure they're a lovely person, called Kitty Kicks, I think. I'm so sorry if I've got that wrong. Anyways, you can download this if you just follow the little description link below. If you want to download mods for your ARK game, you go into the Steam Workshop on Steam, you hit subscribe, next time you load up the game it'll install the mod and then you can load it up. I'm hosting this on a local server. When you go to do that, you'll see the option for the usual ARK map or a new ARK map, i.e. the Apako Islands. So, the Apako Islands. The idea is, basically, instead of a one big archipelago type island thingamajiggy that we have in the usual ARK, it's actually a collection of lots of smaller little islands. You can see a few of them. I am not tired. Oh, I am tired. Okay, we're just going to fix that. God. Boop. So, instead of one big island, we have lots and lots and lots of little islands, which I think is actually a pretty cool idea. What it does is it creates this kind of system where, for one thing, this feels completely different. Just running around, it's a lot more temperate foresty, there's a lot more woodland and stuff than we ever had in the typical ARK game. There's a lot of this beach, you know, it's much more woodland, which is nice, I think, for a dinosaur game. That kind of works for me. But it also means if you want to explore, I mean, this is the main island one here, this is the largest landmass, but if you want to go explore further on, if you want to get to the sort of the broodmother spawning points and all that kind of stuff, you have to swim. And as we know, swimming in ARK is not always a safe proposition. Swimming in ARK is often quite a dangerous thing to do, given that there's megalodons, plesiosaurs, and all this kind of stuff. Swimming is rarely safe. So the idea of this system where, and I apologise for the grass doing this, I don't know why my view distance is on epic, so why the grass is kind of popping in like that, I don't know. Hopefully that gets fixed soon enough. Like I said, the mod is in alpha, you know, it's very early on, but it is the most popular one on Steam right now, so I figured this would be a great place to start for our mod spotlights. Okay, so let's get you guys a better view of the world. We're going to type fly, and we're going to fly, and I'm going to keep talking. Anyways, yeah, so I've already forgotten the name of the mod. It's really nice, and at the moment there's a couple of problems. Just said there's floating rocks in some areas. The mod maker also said there's a lack of dinosaur spawns. Those who know me will know I consider that to be a good thing. Frankly, I think that's actually an improvement. There's definitely a lot less in the way of dinosaurs, but I think if you were playing this seriously at the moment, you might actually struggle to survive. I think there's just a few. It's gone too far the other way, you know, so you're likely to starve or whatever. However, look at this map. How cool... Oh, hello. How cool is this? All these little islands. You can see the sort of bigger ones there. This one we're on is definitely the biggest. And one over there. Sort of one back there. But then there's these little ones, like that one under that ARK. They've got two small ones there. It's a completely different atmosphere and kind of feel to the game. And I love that. I think this is very, very cool. And I'm really impressed that we've got stuff like this in ARK already, and hopefully the mod scene continues to grow and grow, because this is definitely something I would like to see more of down the line. There's really not much else to say, guys. If you think it's interesting, if you think it looks cool, and I definitely think it does, then it's worth a download. Go check it out. It's really easy to load. There's also, I believe, a dedicated server dedicated just to hosting this map, so you can go and play regular with like lots of random online people, blah, 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 and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, there's big plans for the map as well. If you go onto the mod description page, you can see an image of these amazing looking ruins somewhere on one of the islands. Now, they're not in the game yet. The mod maker hasn't managed to get them properly working, but when that does work, it's going to be very cool, just because it's a completely new environment and thing that we've not actually seen in ARK before. And that's what modding's about, you know. It's changing the game, it's adding things that we're not used to, changing how the game feels, changing how the game plays. And this is really cool. I really like this. If you're into your megalodons in your water, you're going to bloody love this mod, I tell you. Yeah, splendid. And if you have a problem with the number of dinosaur spawns, if you are hosting a local server, or just hosting a local game, you can actually up the number of dinosaur spawns. Anyway, just ramp up that slider a little bit, increase it, just to account for the fact that it is a little bit low at this point in time. But there you go, Apako Islands, definitely worth keeping an eye on, folks. And if you want to see more mod spotlights down the line, because this is something I'm definitely going to do, I just want to clarify, I love ARK in a lot of ways, and I think it's got problems, but, you know, modders have shown me time and time again, you look at the difference between vanilla Skyrim and modded Skyrim, and the difference is, it's absolute night and day. So, oh, hello, there's Nick for your store down there. Hello. You can just see the little blue thing in the middle of the screen. It's just gone now. Little lick for your saw. The difference is huge, and if they can do the same thing with ARK, they can make this game into bigger than anybody ever anticipated it being. I think that's a megalodon, actually. Okay, thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Please do remember to subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with more ARK mod updates down the line. We're going to do these at least weekly, but basically whenever something truly exciting lands on a Steam Workshop. There is another mod, another map mod, that replaces the raptors in ARK with small Godzilla-type creatures, which sounds awesome. So we're going to check that out next. Thank you for joining me as always. Cheers, much love, bye-bye.